There you are. Oh, I am here. Normally my live stream starts 1 hour and 25 minutes earlier. I have my reasons. I'm not gonna bother you with that one. Today we are talking about how you, in 5 ways, can make sure that change sticks for you. Okay, so I've been changing things here around. So let me see if from another screen I thought it would be visual, it would be visible that I'm going live right now and that I were to send you some links in the chat straight away. Okay, I prepared the links on this screen and now it's visible here. Let me see. Can I see my live? Ah, yes, I can. Yay! Ah, yes, I can. Yay! Ah, yes, I can. All right, awesome. Yes, I can share the link in the chat. Perfect. Welcome. I'm happy to see you here. So, why am I talking about change? Because I believe that change is the only constant in life. And there is so much that we can do on a daily basis to support yourself in the situations that you go through. And I truly believe that there is so much out there for you apart from the conditioning you grew up in. I truly believe that because I've been seeing it all over and over again, and I've been experiencing it for myself as well. Okay. And I lost so many precious lifetime figuring it out by myself, not knowing where to go, not knowing, or at some point knowing where to go, and then still looking for the implementations that allow me to become self reliant. Once I knew how to become self reliant, I knew I just needed to share that with the world. So, this is why what I do. And if you want to hear a deeper story, what gives me the right to share all of this knowledge with you, I made a personal story yesterday and I shared it on my social media. I prepared a link for you guys so you could receive it, okay? So the link is here and I'm gonna share that with you in the chat. And then here you can watch my personal story if you would be interested. Okay, about why I do what I do. Because I want you to know. Because I want you to know, because you need to, for the people who guide you in your life, you need to be able to trust them. You need to be able to resonate with them. You need to be able to set up a sort of relationship. You need to be have that feeling like, okay, this person is going through some stuff, has been going through some stuff, because our life is not our life is not finished. It's only finished when there's no exchange of breath anymore. Okay, so this journey is ongoing, and I'm so grateful that I found in myself the clarity, and that I found the implementations so I am able to rely upon myself. That doesn't mean that you don't need other people in your life, or that you are going to do this all on your own. Not at all. Okay. But, or yet, in the moments where the change or the feelings or the situation is extremely intense, it's important for you that you're able to have your own back. Okay. So you might be wondering, okay, see, why is that important? Because if I can rely on other people, then I'm always safe. Uh, it's so funny when I hear myself speaking that way, because that was how I thought, before. So this journey of change, it asks for honesty. And how honest can you be with other people if in the moments that it matters, that it's new to be honest to yourself? Okay. And this is where self-responsibility comes into play. And this is what I want you to learn. This is what I want you to learn at a high level. And this is also that I know for myself is going to make you win. It's going to make you change. It's going to allow for you to change to be permanent. Okay, so now going to those 5 reasons, areas, ways how you can make change stick into your life, okay? And the first one, and I want you to, if you have something to write and take some notes, I want you to be able to do so, okay? So the first thing is, what are your reasons? What are your reasons for the change that you are looking for? Is it because it has been enough? You're so sick and tired of the discussions you're in? Is it because it's too painful? You literally cannot bear it anymore. You literally get physical pain from being in that situation. Is it because at some point you understand your needs? You understand that your needs are not met? And this is a big one. How do you get to understand your needs? That's a whole other level. And of course, I help you with that. So make a big circle around the word needs. Because for a long time, I wasn't aware what my needs were. So I understand if I ask you that question that you just like, do I know? So I don't want you to start judging yourself or being hard on yourself if you were not shown, or if you were not having people in your environment who literally showed you how they dealt with their needs in a healthy way. Perhaps that awareness has to grow. And you have to do some introspection for yourself to find that. And that's okay. That's a very fun part to do as well, because you get to know yourself. That aspect alone makes you stand out. If you consider how many people here on the planet know themselves. So you have your reasons, right? You have your needs. Perhaps you already have clarity on your goals. You know what your vision and your mission is. And it took some time to get you there. Or perhaps, you had a major downloads and all of a sudden you got to understand, perhaps even earlier in life, what matters to you the most. So when you have that clarity, either on what it is that you don't want or on what it is that you do want, because if you really don't know where to start, I knew only the things that I didn't want. And that is a start too. That is enough too. Because when you're surrounded with the people who really know which questions to ask and make clear for you what your needs are, then it doesn't take so long for you to get to that clarity. Okay? And there's some more strategies that come with that and that support you with that. Okay? So, the second way how you can make change stick, and of course, I prepared this. What you need is leadership and support. So, I want you to write down leadership and support. I also am going to make some chapters of this life later on, so you can go back to it, and if you want to write some more, leave some space in your notes, and then you can go back to it and add the information that you wanted to add, right? Because what I needed in my life before, so the moment that I realized, okay, I need guidance, my urge for self-development, for growth, it was a very intense urge. I knew that there was so much more out there that could support me on my journey. So I went out and looked for it. And so the first people that I allowed in my life, who at the very, very, very beginning, they were not my type. No, they were not my energy. They were way too woo-woo. And I don't have any problems with spirituality at all, because I consider myself to be a very spiritual person as well. Then again, there has to be some groundedness with it, some practicality together with it. Yes, and that goes hand in hand, right? So then when I got more to the people who were more practical when it comes to self-development, at some point it was very, what's the word? It was not that practical that it became tangible in my life. I could listen and I could understand their point of view, and then how I could relate that to my life. So I knew the things that I needed to do in order to make it shift for me. Because it's fun to listen to other people who are telling how they did it for themselves. What I know I needed was a very clear direction. Hey, now you need to do this. Hey, now you need to do this. Hey, wait a minute. Have you considered this? At some moments in my life, and I know for sure for other people as well, when you're dealing with blind spots, somebody needs to tell you. Somebody needs to be able, have that capacity, have that insight to hold your hand, just like a kid, when you cross the street, when the fears are too big, or when it's totally new, or just like walking through a cloud full of fog, you just can literally see only 60 centimeters ahead of you, one or two steps. And when there's somebody holding your hand, so to speak, and allow you to walk through the fog for the first time, you get more confident. And just as kids, you know that they're able to do it without any doubt. Of course, they can cross the street, even with no car for miles, So just having a person that's there, having a person that has a capacity to do so, willing to do so, to take you by the hand and do. get you to the other side of the street. That is the first thing. Okay? So, leadership and support. It's extremely important. Okay? You've got that. Okay, the third way how you can make change stick. Okay? Write down communication. And not just communication, no, effective communication. And I'm smiling because I truly love this aspect, because this is a chapter on its own. How do you communicate in your job? How do you communicate in relationships? How do you communicate with yourself? And how do you communicate with your body? How does your body communicate with you? And then how can you make all of that effective? How do you communicate with your soul? How does the soul communicate with you? And if you're already open for spirituality, how does consciousness speak to you? And this is such a beautiful communication. It's a big thing, and it comes with responsibility. And I know for many people, the word responsibility is enough to not show up, to not do the things they needed to be doing, to just go back to what was not working before. So, this responsibility in communication is a huge thing, because all too easily, and also because very often you're just not shown. Okay? Communication is related to how you see the world in the first place. Of course, your conditioning, having some understanding about yourself, and also, yeah, your attitude. Do you come from victim mentality? Do you come from winner's mentality? The effective communication, so, is also related, what I got to understand for me, my relationships that I wasn't knowing before. Of course, it's related to embodiment, who you are, and when you're changing that, how you can be open about it and vulnerable about what the experience is for you, and how you can set up a conversation about things so you get to either allow the other people to understand you, to solve a problem, to go to the solution, or to ask for the support that you need, or to ask for help, to ask for guidance, to be open for it, to express yourself, even it is intense, even it is, it's a big hurdle in your life what you're going through. And yeah. So this effective communication has to do, of course, with what is your access to your emotions. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What is the resistance about? How do you communicate that in a way that you open the door to solutions? So I love communication because, oh man, how can you, how do you say, meet yourself on a daily basis? How honest you are with yourself first. And from that clarity, go to other people. And this is going to be key. And also when you decide, okay, I have that clarity now in my life, you need to be able to communicate in a way that your clients understand you. You need to be able to communicate in a way that the world understands you, bigger audiences. If you really want to make an impact in this world, then communication, will be your key. So yes, communication, you've got that. That was reason 3, way 3. Okay, the fourth way to make change stick is environment. Please write down environment. And perhaps you have heard this saying before that you cannot heal in the environment that makes you sick. You cannot heal in the environment that made you sick. Now, you don't have to panic. Hold your horses. Hold up your pants. Okay, no worries. Allow yourself to see where do the triggers for you come from, and what is your exposure to the triggers. Can you create a distance? Can you cleanse and clear things? If you're in a relationship and you are really struggling, and perhaps you are going through a divorce, or you're really, considering, okay, this is not healthy anymore. Perhaps it's better over and out and done, and there's no help for any person in this situation. Not for the two of you, not for the children you have, not for the environment, not for anything. So if you are in a situation, then of course the environment for you, the physical aspect of just being together, the energy is going to be drained continuously. So in that situation, see how you can create a temporary solution. So every entity in this relationship or in this marriage gets to have some time just to come to oneself. And when you're in a job and this job is so chaotic for you, perhaps you really, need to say, okay, I need to step out of this. This is too stressful. Your nervous system shows you when things are too stressful, when it's unhealthy. Imagine all the cortisol that is created in your body, that your body has to deal with it's okay for a temporary situation. Then when it's too long, you are affecting your genes. You're affecting your DNA, and this is called epigenetics. So all the things that you think, all the things that you feel, you are able to change the cells because of that, how they grow. And this is no fantasy, okay? And I truly love epigenetics, right? Because man, oh man, there's so much more possible than we think with our human minds that we can step into. This is also why I love change. So the environment is going to be key for you. And this might be extremely painful. And I know I've been there. And I also know you've got this because, I'm always a person who knows there's solutions out there. And when I was in my previous marriage, it's not that I'm married right now, when I was in my marriage, the thing was I knew that there was a solution out there. And at that time, I was even considering, okay, perhaps I really need to order my mind in understanding perhaps there's not a solution for everything. And the problem at the time was that separation was not seen to me as a solution. So one big thing in my face, okay? And I was just moving it aside and really looking for another solution, making myself sick, making myself miserable, making both of us miserable. And that was the responsibility that I also talked about earlier before, right? That at some point you, for yourself, you know what this is about. And deep down inside of you, you know the solution. Deep down inside of you, you know the solution. I'm totally sure. Because, I feel the solutions on a daily basis as well. When the things that I'm considering, you just know. It's just, what is your attachment to the situation? What is your attachment to the environment? What is your attachment to the people that you surround yourself with the title? It doesn't matter, to the material, to where you live, to where you've grown up, to where your family is, to where your friends are. So many things. Okay, so the environment when it comes to your energy is key. Okay, and there's many, many, many ways how you can support yourself, also mentally, to create space in your head. That's what we do as well. I guide you to create space in your head. Because this is where the answers will come from, of the silence. You're in an environment that is not silenced for 1 millisecond. How can the answers come to you? So I give you a hug for this one, because this can be a very intense one. Okay, so this is the fourth way how you can make change permanent. And then the fifth way, okay, accountability. Please write down accountability. Okay, safe environment. What did I write down? Continuous improvement. Of course, it needs to be continuous. Of course, it needs to be elite level. Of course, it's not only surface based, or it's just like scratching the surface. Why would you do that? You need this continuity for you to become who you truly are. And it goes like this, it's in spirals, right? Because you work on yourself, and things get clear, and you feel some profound relief. And then at some point you're in a situation again and you run into yourself again. That's the way how it is. You thought, I've been working this. Why is there still some things resonating with me? Or you really have a sort of immature reaction still to some things that this is not the way I want to show up. You know it for yourself. So this is literally building yourself. This is literally repetition. Dealing with things over and over again until you know that instead of drift and just lose yourself, right? That hey, I've got so much available to me that you've got your back. That that you can rely upon yourself. For the moments that you need to act in sovereignty. Okay, and this word is very important. And I want you to become that way. Powerful. There's no shit, when it comes to dealing with these things. It is hard. And you will meet yourself. And you will run into your comfort zone and your fears and the overwhelm and this big wall of resistance and the deep things that you have not been addressing before. So it is important to be in an environment where you are supported. It is important to be it comes to the second thing as well, leadership and support, right? In here, it's the continuity, okay? It is about repetition. We are human. Everything happens in cycles, day and night. And this is also how our mind is set up. We forget. I don't know if you ever heard about Neville Goddard before. So it's very powerful teachings of Neville Goddard, right? And perhaps you know him about The Feeling is a Secret. So write it down. See if you can get that book, audio version, or to read it, to hold it in your hand. And it's so beautiful to hear because this master of self-improvement, this master of self-development, he was in situations that he had to remind himself of his own teachings. I just love that, this is how human we are. Okay. So every day you start again from zero. Every day you start again from zero. Being confronted with your own vulnerabilities, not being perfect. What is perfectionism anyway? It's just an illusion, just as time is an illusion, okay? There's many illusions. Separation is also an illusion. So this imperfection that you feel is just us being human. We forget. We have to be reminded. That's why at some moments somebody needs to tap on your shoulder and say, hey, I think you forgot about this one. And then it literally comes down to have enough self love, have enough self compassion, not being hard on yourself, being brutally honest, having that self responsibility to show up in a consistent way, even though you just don't want to, even though that day you just want to stay in bed, even though, you will be confronted that it will be too much because it is intense. So, this ongoing aspect of self development keeps you humble, makes you understand I need this environment that supports me, that sees me, that hears me, is going to go the extra mile for me. Because that's what I also needed, We are working paradigms, okay? So when it comes to paradigms, okay, so this, I work with the subconscious mind. You can see that there. Conscious mind, subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is responsible for 97, 96% of everything we experience. How you divide your time during the day, how you allow yourself to be distracted. If you think things are important or not so important, if you think relationships are the most important thing, or if you think money is not important, or if you think whatever the thing is that you think, everything of your values, your beliefs, they all are an aspect of who you are, and it's all deeply rooted in your subconscious mind. So when you're going through moments of transformation, and that for the big time in your life, that's your life, really becoming who you are, and then maintaining it, and even acing it, becoming better, because there's so much that you're able to impact, there's so much that you're able to improve. So the pillars are health, wealth, relationships, and purpose. And then it comes to, the mental level, the emotional level, the physical level, the financial level, the spiritual level, the business level, whatever the thing is that you do. So it's multidimensional, way more than we think. And that support allows you to develop and truly become who you are. So this was about continuous improvement. Yes, one other thing that I want you to know. You need to be coachable. And you need to show up with an open mind and an open heart. And if you do so, I know for sure that you are going to ace it. Okay? You're going to ace it. And also, this is a journey. You will come to bigger insights. You will come to bigger visions. You will come to doors that are going to be open to you that you don't even were aware they were existing. And this will leverage you to opportunities, to situations that you were not even aware of the moment that you started. And this is why I love everything about change so much. And this is why I truly love to guide people through it. Okay? So, if you're watching the replay of this live, let me know in the comments what is your takeaway. If you're watching, and I see some people are watching, write your question in the chat. If it's a question related to what I was talking about right now, or if you have other questions that you really would love to have an answer to, I love to set up another conversation about this in another live video or in another video. Let's do this. Let's do this together. The aspects of healing happen together and on your own. It's not a soul journey, okay? You need alone time for sure. Then again, the aspect of growth is not something that you do on your own. We're in this together, okay? So, and in the beginning, you feel more alone because when you're cleansing your environment, you need to come home to yourself in the first place. And this is a cleansing process, okay? Procedure. So it will come with clearing out what's not supporting. And also when your energy changes, people just don't show up in your environment anymore. All of a sudden you just don't meet. All of a sudden you just don't resonate anymore. So it also goes naturally, organically. It's not that you really have to do many things because your energy, we didn't even talk about energy in this video. Oh yeah, of course, with on other levels, okay? But then the aspect of your energy is also opening doors for you. Situations, people. And you just don't know, the people who will love you the most probably, most likely, you didn't even met them so far. Boom. So I'm happy to hear your questions. And I'm happy to receive your support because I truly love what I do. And my aim is literally see people win. So my focus is on helping women because I relate with them very easily, okay? And then I also have men in my group coaching. So because it's how marketing works, and how I can get my message extremely clear. So you're welcome. And I'm growing the community. I'm growing, YouTube is really my platform that I get to feel. I get to communicate with you in a way that I can say my message. I can share what it is about. And what I also love is to set up experiences where you get to experience what shift is about, what permanent change is about during an event. Spending time together, interacting, and you having the experience, hey, change is possible. There's tools outside, there's coaches outside, there's coaches that you resonate with. It's literally finding out what works for you. And I know I work with material who is the thing. Okay? That's what self-development is about. We work with the serious things. Okay? This is my commitment to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. Okay? So, yes, this is what self-development is about. And I am committed. I also do this for I have 3 daughters. I also do this for them because this is my responsibility. And guiding them so they get to save 10, 15, 20 years of their journey by knowing what I had to learn on a later stage in my life. This is why I know it's serious. So this event happens next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. from 12 to 2 Central European time. Okay, please use a time converter. You can also opt in for the recordings. I call it a VIP ticket. Okay, let me know if you want a VIP ticket, because then you receive the recordings and you also are invited to a special personal Q&A session after the event a few days later, where you get to ask your questions, where you get to, have an answer. And yeah, that's possible too, of course. And it's called the shift, because those experiences, I truly, the moments that I was on an event where I experienced things, I knew that this is what I wanted to give you guys. Even if you decide not to work together with me later on, that's also good. You had those experiences. And yes, later on, I will be starting again my 7-week program. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I know the change you step into will be soothing. And you get to feel that courage again, that it is possible for you too. Life is beautiful. Okay. So I will share the link with you. I will pin the comment. You get to get the link there and you get to register. Okay. So have a wonderful day. And that's it. Let me know your questions. Let me know your experience. Share, like. The more people get to see this video, the more people are helped on their journey through change. And it is possible. Absolutely. And I know you're going to ace it when you and I stick together. That's it. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. See you on the event. Bye bye.